Aloha, this is Tom Lesher with the weekly Pele Report. This is an astrological forecast for the week of January 4th, 2012. Wow. Is it already a week? I thought I did one of these yesterday. I swear, I'm getting sucked up time is sucking me up like a speck of dust in a vacuum cleaner. That was the image I got on the way down here today. And it's really true, there's a lot of speeding up going on, and that has a lot to do with compression and pressure, which is what Capricorn and Saturn are all about. And we've got that sun passing through the middle of Capricorn now. We've got Mercury coming up to join that, it's going to come in and it's going to square Uranus this weekend. Oh boy. And it's going to be, so it's coming into Capricorn, out of Sagittarius into Capricorn. It's going to square Uranus. It's going to come in and conjoin with Pluto next week, shortly thereafter. And the full moon this weekend. Oh boy. Saturday, Sunday, we've got this full moon happening in Capricorn Cancer. The moon comes around into Cancer on Saturday. We've got that full moon on Sunday, and the moon is, of course, opposing Pluto, squaring Uranus at the same time. So these are the astrological underpinnings for what I want to say to you today. God, this thing is becoming so ridiculous. Anyway, I actually have a lot to say. I hope I can condense it so it's not too long, but there's a lot to say about this. And because we're moving into a very important period in our history of evolution as a species. It has a lot to do with coming into the full realization of our co-creation of this reality. And as we know, a lot of our co-creation, all of creation in astrology begins with Pisces. It begins with the dream. It begins with the idea. It begins with a feeling. And when we've got all this stuff going on in Capricorn, Capricorn is an earth sign. It's ruled by Saturn, okay, which is the lord of karma, the lord of third dimensional cause and effect, black and white, polarized, egoic reality. In shamanic astrology, it rules the middle realm, which is where our ego lives. Yeah? And our spirit goes into the upper world and the underworld. But we're here in this middle world thinking. Yes, no, good, bad, right, wrong, up, down, black, white. Yeah? Now, in this third dimensional reality, if you really want to get down to it, molecules are bumping against molecules. Atoms are bumping against atoms. It's really things bumping into each other, running around, taking up space, and then moving to a different space and taking up a different space. It goes on and on and on. And it is the function of the ego. One of the desires of the ego is to contribute some kind of meaning, some kind of thread, some kind of understanding to this change of these atoms bumping up against each other, people bumping up against each other, relationships coming and going, jobs coming and going. These things are all just like changes in our electromagnetic field, our aura. We have one person, a partner in our aura for a specific period of time. And then, due to some cause, due to some, story, due to some reason, some logical or illogical, this person is no longer in our auric field anymore. So we make up stories about why this is happening, that's happening, why this person is with me or no longer with me, why my house burnt down, why a car hit me or I drove off the road and I'm now in the hospital. Our ego, our mind, makes up all kinds of stories. And a lot of these stories have to do with our past. Cancer, the moon, is our past. We're coming up to the full moon. And this full moon is illuminating our past, our childhood, our parents. So many of the reasons, of the logic, of the stories that we create as to why I am where I am, or why this happened, or what I should do in the future. All these stories that we make up come from our parents and our religions and our authority figures in the world, in society, and our teachers and our institutions. And so when it comes a time now, and well, it's not coming, it's here. You know, this is 2012. It's happening. This is a time when Mercury comes up to square Uranus this weekend, and we have this full moon. This is a very powerful time of switching, changing our thoughts, changing our stories, revolutionizing the way that we interpret our reality, the way that we see things, and what beliefs, you know, we have around them. And so what I want to encourage you to do this, you know, this weekend and now is change your stories. One of my favorite yogis, Hari Javan, you know, in my Kundalini yoga training, he said, you know what? None of it really on some level makes any sense. And so you can actually just make up a story that makes you feel good about what happened. You know, my house burned down because I am so powerful, so big, so strong, and so secure, I don't need a house anymore. Or, you know, my next house, yeah, I'm getting kicked out of, I'm getting foreclosed on this house because, you know, the next place that I'm to go, you know, is going to be just absolutely so much better, you know, and this person is no longer my partner because, you know what, yeah? Rather than, like, taking these stories of, I failed, I got fired because I'm not good enough, I'm inadequate, you know, I said the wrong thing, did the wrong thing, blah, 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 blah. That is just your little conscious ego, and I don't know if I said it before, but, you know, we're conscious of 10% of the mass of our brain. So our soul spiritual nature is that 90% of the mass of our brain that is functioning and operating unconsciously. So our soul spirit knows, our unconscious knows where we're supposed to be, who needs to be there, when we need to be there. It's all under control. It's all fine. We have to move into this place of trust, belief, and that will be our security. Yeah? That it's all good. Oh yeah, the mantra for this week. So let's see, the mantra for this week is I have all the time and everything else I need. I have all the time and everything else that I need. The tendency for this time, as it appears as if time is speeding up, so many things are crammed into every day, you know, is to remember it's an illusion, it's Maya. You've got all the time that you need. You've got everything that you need. Everything is hunky-dory. It's all fine. So breathe, relax, take your time. Do not stress and react to this outside illusion, but stay centered in your core of peaceful, serene spirit. And have a wonderful full moon experience. Aloha for now. Namaste. So much